Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. This week, we're actually doing a double header, courtesy of Sly setting up our second show. We're going to be talking about the preliminary patch notes, which just dropped today, giving our impressions on those, and then we're going to be doing a little bit of a nostalgia show. We're going to be looking back on some of our favorite moments from the previous expansions, whether they be more recent or from way back in the day, and we'll be having some very special guests on for that show. I'll be doing an intro like this for that show as well. Anyway, I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy, and of course joining me is the man himself, Sly. How you doing, Sly?
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. Yeah. So, okay, we've got a bit of a confession to make before the show itself properly begins. Sly and I are both being a little irresponsible about this show in a number of ways. We're pretty neck deep in some games individually between the two of us, and him is SMT 5. He's trying to make sure he gets everything he needs to get done before Endwalker comes out. That's top priority. So, and I am shiny hunting in Pokemon. I have been for the past week since BDSP came out, since I got to Palkia the first time. And Sly and I are both independently doing those things while the show is going on. So we'll still be giving you our full attention, but we also won't be. So we just want...
Yeah, I was about to say, we will,
okay,
but...
To be fair, Sly, I don't need to focus on shiny hunting. I need to look at something, tell if it's a slightly different color, which I guess for me does require a amount of focus. And then I need to just... If it is, I'm going to hard swap the scene, just so you know. Like, we're not going to be on screen as soon as the shiny pops up. Okay, so we're just making sure we're
really,
getting.
Are you really throwing it into
100%?
Podcast?
It's 100% coming into the podcast if I get it, because it's a 1 in 4,096 chance, and I'm gonna get it today. So that's I'm sure of that. I'm positive I'll get that today, and I'm still keeping track of all of the number of attempts and all that. But
the attempts, yeah.
We kind of talking about the show for today. More on topic. We didn't really think about preliminary patch notes all that much when it came to doing a show until just a couple.
Did I mean we kind of did? We made made a plan for it. Like, okay, because I originally, like you said, we were going to do the show I planned, which we still have, but we were like, oh yeah, there might be prelim patch notes, and we were like, just do 2 shows, perfect. Run with it.
Well, it's not even that entirely. It's before yesterday. We just never discussed it. Like we kind of just drilled in our heads that we would get patch notes after the servers were down, and it was too close to do a show on. Like we were going to be more focused on trying to make sure we had food and sleep and all the important things. And we'll be talking a little bit about that both on this show probably and on the next show. But we just never once were like, oh yeah, Shadowbringers patch notes were 2 days before. Why don't we do a show on Wednesday about that? Like that discussion never happened until yesterday. And that's how we ended up with the double show, because we weren't going to cancel the other show. No way. That's not going to happen.
No.
So that's how we ended up. That's why we're doing 5 hours worth of shows today, which Sly, I think people are going to be grateful for, because they're going to be looking. That's over a sixth of the total time that they need eaten up before once the servers are actually down.
Yeah.
So just
and
watch.
Then you can sleep.
You can try at the very you definitely can throw the effort out there. I'll say at least, but that it is what it is. We got 5 hours of shows today, and if you miss these and you catch these on YouTube, you got 5 hours of shows while the servers are down. And then you sleep 8 hours, clearly. You eat for 1 hour, and then you cry for the other 10, and bam, you've got Endwalker. And then you can cry for another weekend while you're playing Endwalker.
Wait. Where's the first round of crying come in?
The wait.
That?
The wait. While you're waiting, that's where the first round of crying is.
Okay.
Yeah, the login queue. The login queue is the...
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, good thing in news is I'll be shiny hunting during the login queue. I've got multitasking. There we go. Before we go any further, shout out to our sponsors. Those of you over on Patreon supporting. You don't have to. You choose to. We appreciate it. And you guys are awesome. Also, thank you to SteelSeries. We will be continuing giveaways Probably on our first show after Endwalker comes out. Steel Series has provided giveaways in the past, and we just stopped doing them while the show is a bit more irregular, but now that the show is coming back to being regular, we will be incorporating those more once Endwalker itself actually releases. So Sly, how much have you looked over the patch notes? Did you wake up and read them immediately like I did, or did you kind of save them a little bit for
Actually,
this?
like, while I was waiting to get my haircut, I was looking over the patch notes, and yeah, I just looked over everything. So, seen everything.
Yeah, these the preliminaries for an expansion are tame. They're a lot like a normal patches patch notes, I suppose, because they leave certain things out. Before we even get into them, things like job actions or PvP and PvE are both not in the preliminary ones. It's kind of weird, if you ask me. Like, we've already previewed a bunch of skills from the media tour. It's not going to influence anything, like, tomorrow, I feel. Maybe it's like a PR thing. They want you to just check both, or I don't know if there's, like, a metric for, like, reading the patch notes that they kind of consider when they're, like, trying to gauge interest. I don't know.
Are they really leaning into the whole nothing is final until the patch actually hits? Thing, because that might be it too.
I guess, but
because,
like
you know how numbers freak people the fuck out.
Yeah, but so, Sly, like, what are they going to change?
Do that.
What are they going to change in a day? Like, what? I bet. You know what I bet it is.
Really?
I bet that you're right, but I bet the decision's already made. They're just not like the deadline to submit them hasn't actually happened in the workplace. But they're probably done. Here's the thing. The full patch notes have to already be written. They're not, like, writing them right now. You know what I mean? Like, those, like, patch notes for that kind of stuff is done well in advance. So, I can't imagine that they're just sitting there plugging that in right now to the full patch notes while they're getting that information. Like, everything's got to be done, QA'd, checked, finished, finale, like... I don't know. I think they could just put them in the prelim notes specifically for expansions, but we won't have to worry about this for another 2 years anyway. So I guess, what does it really matter, I suppose? Going into the prelims itself, before we just kind of go in sequential order, is there anything in particular you want to make sure we do not miss? Sly, why are you smiling? Use your words.
Belts.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It was, dude, literally 6% of it is belts. What do you, wait, I said so we don't miss it. You're memeing belts right now. You're being a big jokester.
Belts. There's, no. See, the thing is, they took it further. There's now lore behind why they removed belts in the description for belts.
I know that. We knew this, but they're reaffirming it. We've seen how they would describe them. They've mentioned it before. You really gonna make me talk about belts first? This was supposed to be a good show, Sly, and we started with belts. We didn't get
the chance in the live letter, so might as well meme a little bit, you know.
Oh, we had plenty of time in the live letters. Trust me, we were there for all of them. We had sufficient time, I'm willing to say, in order to actually meme on them properly. In case anyone's wondering, Sly's referring to a screenshot of an Ironworks belt of fending that says, and I quote, "Before becoming obsolete due to advancements in tailoring, belts such as this were used for holding up trousers and the like." So the lore is they've gotten so good at they've discovered elastic bands is how I read that. They've discovered elastic bands for pants. Those are the advancements that were made.
Yeah, we have stretchy pants now.
Yeah, all pants are stretchy pants now, as far as I'm concerned. So just got to tie a string at the end. Make sure that they're firmly around your waist, and you can fight all of the bosses that you've ever wanted to. Velcro and elastic bands, like all of it's all been discovered. We can fly, we can teleport, but elastic, it's the age of elastic. Now, Sly, is there anything you actually wanted to talk about that we got to make sure we don't skip over?
No. No. I'm good. Got it out my system.
Okay, thanks. I have one thing that I have to make sure we don't miss. And I have a feeling we wouldn't miss it anyway, but I have to make sure we don't miss it. Sly.
Okay.
They listened to me.
Right.
They listened.
How?
They met a request I've been making for 6 years.
Oh God.
We can now toggle our Aetheryte tickets to automatically execute without an extra pop-up window. And they even went a step further, and you can choose what guild threshold that actually applies to in terms of your teleport guild thresholds. I don't even care about the expansion release anymore. I only care about this change. I only care about this change. Nothing else matters. Sly, if you saved as much money as I did from teleports, you would be
tired of clicking the button, really?
Yeah. Bro, it's so annoying. Every single time. Bro, I don't even teleport in hunts anymore because there are people who don't use it, who are just, they do their teleports faster. And every time I'm like, and then when somebody doesn't teleport during a hunt train, I got to be the dingus who actually has to do it. And I got to click through. And then by the time I do it, somebody else has done it faster. It was such a necessary quality of life. And it needed to happen. Oh, thank goodness. And then in hunt trains, especially at the start of expansions, do you know how annoying it is if you have the slower party, the slower teleport, and it's congested on the other side, and you just can't make it? That's it. The hunt train's done. You have to teleport a zone.
I remember what that was on PS4.
It doesn't not happen on PC because server's so congested you can't teleport. For your PS4, it was load times. You're just not allowed to teleport.
I mean, that was it. That was pretty much it. It was load time. But
no.
Yeah.
This is legitimately just like, it's full. No, we won't teleport you. So you have to like teleport ahead, but now I can be the speed demon I know I can be. Okay. I'm gonna need it because Endwalker hunt trains are gonna be just as important as every other hunt train is, whether it be for making money or for saving money. So that's my number one thing. Sly. That's definitely numero uno for me. By the way, I'm at 940, no shiny. I just wanted to share that with you. By the way, sidetrack. Why doesn't the Switch allow you to turn off system sounds when it's docked? Anybody have a good reason? Oh, it's Nintendo? You're right. I should have thought about that.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's all I was going to say is because Nintendo.
Yeah. Consider me annoyed. Consider me very annoyed. Anyway, now I got that out of my system. So for the patch notes, sequentially, we see pictures of zones we've seen a million times over. Labyrinthos, Thabnair, Garlemald, Old Charlian. You know, every time I get to Mare Lamentorum, I still am surprised they've shown us this. Or as much of this as they have, in all honesty.
I couldn't see how they wouldn't. I mean, put it like this, once you start a trailer like you did, why wouldn't you show that like we're actually going to places on the moon?
I think it's just seeing all of the constructs that the ancients used. That's really the thing that's like, I figured they'd maybe show us like some surface shots and like maybe like if there's any like underground caverns. But the fact that they don't consider a spoiler, right? This to me is like equal to the Tempest. Like if I had seen the Tempest before, like I would have freaked me out.
So there's probably a location on the moon that is akin to Amarat.
Yeah.
So they haven't shown us that. And then of course the only thing we haven't really seen but just images of is, I hate to call it Zeal because I don't think it's fucking Zeal, but that.
But that's not the only. There's
stop.
one other zone that isn't that we still haven't seen too. So that means there's 2 zones that are too spoilerific to show. And we've seen one bit of footage from the floating islands. The White Mage section of the job action trailer is in the floating islands. But the fact that those 2 things are more spoilery than showing us the ancient constructs on the moon is nutty to me. It's absolutely nutty to me that those 2 things are not in the same category. Because years ago, I feel like they would have been. Oh, man. They show us the new Aetherites. We've seen these already.
We've seen these a million times.
They also hit us with the ether current reduction. So the old expansions all having their ether currents reduced, and they're moving some of them. So locks, huh? The locks is their biggest reason.
How you feeling about that? Knowing what we went through with the locks and everything, how you feeling about it?
Honestly, Heavensward was still the worst. On launch Heavensward, because they adjusted Heavensward a long time ago. It used to be
they did.
way worse. The locks having that one annoying one was nothing compared to Heavensward's ether currents on release. So I don't know, but I'm glad to see them still making adjustments to this. I'm not salty because I had to do it. And back in my day, we had to go all around the map.
We had to go through hell and half of Georgia just to get to a fucking ether current, and we fucking liked it.
Well, that last part's not true. We certainly had to do it. I wouldn't go so far as to say we liked it. No, this is, I had to make a rule in Shadowbringers for map parties that if you didn't have flying, you weren't invited. And I had people who had to leave party because they wouldn't.
Wait, and you said, in hunt parties or map parties?
Map parties. And I had people who had to leave because they didn't have flying. It only
came up for me once, honestly. It's like, well, yeah, we do have 2-seater mounts, but
I know. I said no. If you're too lazy to get your ether currents, then I don't want you in my map party.
Right.
Especially because then when that person, it's their turn to find their map, they need to essentially it's like them leaning up to the driver. Oh yes, could you take me to X9 Y13? Why thank you. I'll stay here. Sip on my champagne while you do all the work. Yes. Let me know when we're there. I think I'll take a little nap while we're at it, Yeah, no, I wasn't doing that shit. If you're too lazy, I just booted your ass. So you were trying to chauffeur people around the entire time. But even, it's just there are people who just don't want to do them. Even though they're not that bad, they are still out of the way. And there are also people who don't even know that the friggin' compass exists. So they're just wait, what's an ether compass?
Wait, what?
If you skip, they don't give you a compass. Leading, right now, you have to go get it, and they don't tell you where to go get it. So there are a lot of people who skipped who had no idea where the currents were or what a current is. However, one of the other changes in the patch notes is that it's no longer a key item. It's in the collections tab. However, how many people don't know what the collections tab is? Fuck. Anyway.
I mean, well, to be fair, everybody that did whatchamacallit, wait, is it part of collections? I think it is. The Yorha isn't
everybody did it, Sly? Everybody did it?
Yeah. They at least suffered through it once, so they know. Yeah. So
80% is incorrect. Most people have not done this. Or don't know that they did it, or don't remember that they did it, or have never looked, or have never cared. Everyone who thinks most people know
too. So of course.
You think they know where it is? They've never once looked at the collections tab, or they don't even know it's called the collections tab. I guarantee you, 30% of people in the game know what a collections tab is. And I see somebody else even agreed with me.
I'm bumping that up to at least 70.
No. 70? No.
Yeah.
Sly, I don't think you've played this game enough. You're the man who always talks about the people debuff.
I'm being a little generous. I'm being a little generous to 70. But
Sly. They had to add a command in 6.0 that /patch note. That is a thing they felt was a necessity to add. Okay? Just remember that.
I mean, I understand because I had that same command for my channel. Like,
yeah, but now it's in the game. I have raided with world first tier raiders for a fucking decade now, and they still ask where shit is every patch. They're like, sorry, I only know where to unlock normal and savage. Where's the story? Where do I unlock this? Where do I unlock that? What else is new? They just fucking beeline for one detail.
So, are we, for the description for this video, when you put it up on YouTube, are we putting watch just to know where to log out tonight? Or, yeah. Well, no, that wouldn't make sense because never mind.
No, you can log. I already went to where the Reaper unlock is. That's where I'm logging out.
Yeah, so watch this. Basically, everybody who's here is just watching just to see where the fuck to go to log out. So, I guess quest would be next.
No, we're going sequentially, right? Because I mean, they don't. I'm actually surprised they don't even tell you where the MSQ starts. That's kind of weird. I mean, I guess most people expect it to be the Rising Stones, but
they told you where to start the role quest. Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Like they couldn't have just said question mark, like and just put Mordona. I don't know. I'd be surprised if it's not in the Rising Stones. That's the only place I could imagine. Then it's side quests and role quests. Now, role quests I'm more interested in immediately upon seeing these screenshots. Because it looks like it's city-state leaders. Or major figures in the Grand Company / city-states. We have a picture of Hien and Yugiri. We have a picture of Kan Sena. And then we have all the starting locations. So you can kind of guess who we're going to be interacting with, at least in some capacity, I suppose. And we have We have tanks are going to be in Gridania, melee DPS in Limsa, physical ranged in Doma, magical ranged Ishgard. And keep in mind, these are all in Rads at Hand, but there's delegates for each of them. Yeah, they're
the delegations. Delegations for each.
Yeah, it seems like every Grand Company, every city-state is sending some sort of representative to Rads at Hand. They should already have them because Rads at Hand is like a global trading thing. So it's probably a lot like Kugane, where they had all the embassies and everything. So, interesting choices. Do you have any thoughts about each job going to each location? Because I'm sure some people assume that similar roles would be going to city-state leaders that kind of closer represent that role, but they're not going for that because Kan Sena is really falls more in the kind of the healer category. So I guess a tank going there kind of makes sense, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
I mean, I can't really base it on where we started, like, in ARR for these job quests. So
I think more the Grand Company leader for me. They're like, I think more of like melee going to Doma or melee going to Limsa. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess my gorilla brain
for Merwub.
Yeah, like it's like I guess my dumb lizard brain, like. I guess I thought like, oh, Merlweb's there. I guess I would be like range physical, you know. I don't know why. Like it just makes sense in my head. I don't know why.
Range physical got Doma for some reason.
Doma. Yeah, it's like I guess I'm just please look forward to it. I don't know.
Hi.
Yeah. I mean, my lizard brain before I even scrolled down, and then I was surprised. I guess I like being surprised.
Yeah.
But Sly, remember, you need to remember this. When 6.1 comes around and we do spoiler cast for 6.1, I fully expect you to have all the role quests done. Okay? Because I want to see what that 6.1 role quest is going to look like now, especially more than before. So, just remember that. We have studium deliveries. These are like the crystalline mean, pretty much identical across the board. So I don't know if you have anything to state about this.
I mean, really aesthetically, it looks as far as like the turn-in shot, it looks the same as Crystalline Mean. The names of the faculties, like when I saw it, like, and I saw archaeology, astronomy, like carpentry with astronomy, I'm like, okay, why? Blacksmith, archaeology, okay, why? The only one that makes sense is medicine, which is alchemy and culinary.
Yeah. The funniest one I thought was etherology is fish.
Etherology with fisher.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I'm like, how?
I mean,
oh wait.
The life stream, it's the ocean collects ether, fish.
You've done
swim?
enough fishing to make a connection. So yeah, what is that connection?
The fish swim in the ocean. The ocean goes deepest into the world. It's closest to the life stream. So fish, they build up ambient ether, and thus you can study them to understand etherology.
Got it. Okay.
That's why there's fish in Archon loaves.
No. You're crossing streams here. You're crossing streams. You're going into medicine.
This is etherology still.
But you're going into faculty of medicine because of culinarian.
That's because all things are connected, Sly. Consider me your new
faculties
lore
don't make
god.
a lot of fucking sense until we do the quest, so we'll find out why.
Imagine if they had put Archon loaf in the cookbook and they like, go get some fish heads and make some bread. That would be disgusting. Yeah. That would be so funny. And I hate baking. I would totally make it. Just for the memes.
Just for the meme.
Yeah, just for the memes.
One small little bit after that, certain instance battles will now display character portraits alongside their battle dialogue widget. So, like in raids or stuff, I guess, or in
I'm thinking moments. You know when you're doing like a solo instance and Alphino shouts something, I assume it'll have a small like character portrait next to him now, which you see a lot of that in like traditional RPGs, like the Trails games would be a great example. I mean, Trails, Persona, like they all have a little character portrait next to who's speaking, even if it's telling you who's speaking anyway. So I imagine it's to give it that kind of like single player RPG pop, that kind of aesthetic and effect that we kind of associate with a lot of other games in the genre. So makes sense. Yeah, a lot of RPGs do it. So that's a big one. One thing I don't like is in the Unending Journey, you have to be on the correct job to do the like later job quests for the cutscenes. I'm like, no, I want to be in my Black Mage outfit when I'm looking at the tank quest. By the way, I am lagging a little bit. I was just thinking, man, my internet hasn't had any issues as of late. But I'm going to start locally recording just to make sure. And I'm going to lower the bit rate and hopefully the issues calm down after a little bit. Yeah, on and off internet issues. I was worried about that today because it hasn't happened in a few days, and when it happens, it normally doesn't happen for very long. So hopefully it subsides shortly. But there's nothing we can do about it, so we have to continue on because resetting my modem will do absolutely nothing. But I'll lower the quality down, and hopefully it'll resolve itself. The fact that we're still on the call and the call is clean, I'm at least grateful for that. But hopefully it'll resolve itself soon enough and won't make the upload too awkward. All right. Anyway, with that, moving on to the next bit, leaves. I mean, this is all kind of standard stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really know if you have anything. I mean, I guess the big thing is the inclusion of the guild reductions again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of saw that coming.
I mean, they told us about it, but it's just like, it's one of those things that it feels like people who don't pay attention are going to do it. They're going to see this, they're going to read it, and they're somehow still going to be caught off guard. I don't know how it happens, man. People just don't read. They just never read.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
They weren't even elected to lead. They just don't read because they don't want to. That's all there is to it. Let's see. I make sure Mel's not uploading anything. No, probably not. Okay. Then field. Yeah, I mean, there's just a bunch of leave-related stuff here.
Yeah.
Then it goes on to fates. You know, it's kind of interesting. I'm surprised they stuck with bicolored gemstones for fates. I don't know. I just figured they'd do a new one. I mean, we knew this from the media tour, but even still, it surprised me there too.
Right. I mean, it's a good system.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's a great system, but normally, like, I mean, they kind of always go overboard with replacing currencies and stuff. Like, that's kind of, I guess maybe that's them trying to quell that a little bit, like always doing a new currency for this and that and whatnot.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of a problem historically. So, maybe this is a sign that they will be paying a bit more attention to it, a little bit more than they normally do. So, I just want it. What else do we have? By the way, that's a nice Gilgamesh reskin that we got there.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a mallet and 2 snakes. Mallet, 2 snakes, and some extra stuff. I like the mallet. I want the mallet. We have the new treasure map names.
Shiva?
You know, it might be. I won't be surprised if we see some sort of iteration of Shiva, no matter what. One that's more faithful to Shiva's actual origins.
Yeah.
The Final Fantasy one is
so because we're obviously getting Asura, so either like Shiva or that couldn't be Vishnu. Yeah.
There's a lot of possibility. Like the number of possibilities for like something to be an interpretation of something else is very, very high given the source material.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling there's no way we're gonna predict. Like I've got my prediction with Asura and the Magus sisters. That's about as far as I'm willing to go. In all honesty, I don't think I'm willing to chance any more guesses on that front. We have the new treasure maps. Almasty skin and Kumbira skin treasure maps are our new ones. We won't have the Excitotron 6000, everybody's favorite toy, until a later patch. So let's Sly. Come on, don't shake your head no at me like that.
Everybody's favorite toy, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep telling you, y'all are just too horny.
That's not. Listen. I'm just making fun of the name Sly. That has nothing to do with horny.
Y'all are just horny.
No, that's not what you're saying. You're projecting.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
No.
I say you are.
This is all of you.
I'm gonna let when the stream
after so many people ask where's Mara in my chat, like y'all are just hard up for dick.
No, that's not it. It's not it at all, Sly.
It is.
You just don't have your finger on the pulse of this.
Okay. What's next?
I don't know what is next, Sly.
Good segue from that.
What is next?
No good segue. God damn it.
Tell me what's next.
Grand and free companies. Additional items will now be accepted for supply and provisioning.
Wow, that really is you desperately trying to get out of that conversation, huh? Because you were like, what is that?
Like I had no good segue. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah, wow. This it's supply and provisioning missions, huh? You could have gone with the reminder that we're losing. What is it called? We're losing the weakness timer as a free company action. Back on your feet 1 and 2 are going to be gone, and instead you're just going to have longer sprint durations in city states. They told us this before, but they're reiterating. You know what's weird? Actually, they say they're changing the name to Fleet of Foot, but I don't think it actually says what Fleet of Foot does anywhere in the patch notes.
I mean, I see fleet-footed. I see fleet-footed 2.
Yeah, but I don't. But they never explain what. Like we only know because we watch.
Let me do a
No, it's not there. I checked.
Nope. Yep. Yeah.
It's just not there. I don't know what else to say. It's just not there. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
But at least we can tell people what it does, and that should be sufficient. So that's is what it is. The new housing area will be visitable. You'll be able to go there, get the quest to teleport there, but you won't be able to do anything house-wise until 6.1. So still got a hefty wait as far as I'm concerned. And and then they've got like the changes, the relocation changes are going to be in already, but that's about it. So housing people continue to wait. You know how many people don't, man, this is true of a lot of the patch notes. You know how many people don't know that there's a lot of things not happening at 6.0? I've seen it a lot today.
We've constantly been asking these questions up until this point. So yeah, I know there's a lot of people.
Today I've been asked, why wasn't Island Sanctuary in the patch notes? Why is there no mention of the new houses that we can buy? Where's the new relic weapon? Where's Savage? No, it says the thing at the top. I've been asked all of these things today. And I have a feeling that's not going to change.
Yep.
Just going to keep happening as far as I'm concerned. So,
have you made a patch notes command?
No. Oh, I mean, I have one, but it needs to be updated. But the thing is, Sly, they're asking so they don't have to read the patch notes. It's for no other reason other than that. So, because they know patch notes exist, but they clearly don't want to read them. At least as far as I'm concerned,
just have the point them to the patch.
It doesn't make them want to read it anymore. That just tells them where it is, so they can not read it.
This is in this section. Everybody has a Control F button. Well, you can find this in the patch notes.
Yeah, but they don't want to use it. It's like we all have a lot of things.
Well, that's on them.
Yeah, but I don't want them to ask me
and let
when
them
the answer.
Work it out.
The answer is the same every time.
Give them the patch notes.
It's like every patch. It's the same. They just keep asking. Even the patch notes are
fine.
No, they should know better. They need to learn. And there's no that process has left their brain. It just doesn't happen. I just want it to happen. And it just doesn't. It just doesn't happen. Oh man, I just want it to, please. It won't. I know.
Yeah, it won't.
New furnishing stuff. New training dummy, orchestrion rolls, aquarium fish. New UI for aquarium fish to sort them by size. You always have to know the size of your fish. New seed for flower pots. New prizes in the gold saucer.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not a mount, I don't want it.
Actually, speaking of that, wait.
Use your words, Sly. Use your words. Come on. You can do it. Are you trying to find the Paisa? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah. While I was waiting to get my hair cut, I caught wind of the little Paisa trailer.
Yeah.
The Paisa mount trailer on Instagram, and that is the stuff of nightmare fuel.
It's something, let me tell you.
Have you seen the video?
Oh, I sure have.
The little Lalafell just hanging on for dear life.
Yep. And I feel like they went with a Lalafell because they really didn't want to show us what it was going to look like on anyone else.
Right.
It's going to look doubly as ridiculous on literally everybody else.
Internally in my head, I heard screams from that Lalafell. Like as it was flying, I could just hear it like, ah! Get me the fuck off this thing!
Well, you summoned it. It's your fault. Where do you think that Paisa comes from? I think there's one of two locations. It's either going to be a new Mog Station item, or it's going to be from Grand Company lockboxes.
Yeah.
Those are my guesses.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree with either. Like, I couldn't see it as I couldn't see it as MGP.
It could be. I mean, it's ridiculous enough to be MGP. 100%.
I don't know. Pice is too popular for it. Just MGP.
All right.
Then again, didn't we get... I'm trying to think what other mounts we got using MGP. Didn't we get the Regalia from MGP?
Yes.
Yeah, so you might be right. It might be MGP.
I didn't say that. You said it wouldn't be, and I said, oh yeah, that's reasonable that it could. I feel like if it was, they might have put it in the patch notes, though. I feel like that might have been something they would have thrown in the patch notes just to get people excited, but who knows? Maybe they like secrets a little bit more. Yeah, the Cactuar, Fenrir, the chair. I don't know. I think it's a possibility. That's not my prediction, though. I'm gonna hold true to my prediction.
Okay.
They added new like Triple Triad NPCs, the usual stuff that they do for Triple Triad. You know, there's nothing fancy to say about that. Oh, my connection might actually be green again. It might be time to tell people to refresh. I'm gonna give it a minute before I do that, but it looks like my stream is caught up at the very least. I have it set to 1,000 bitrate to try. You know, I brought it down as low as I could possibly like go. So we look like Oh no, yeah. It's definitely still not all the way stable, but at the very least, it's better.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's listenable at the very least, or at least it's trying to be listenable. So I'm gonna keep the bitrate super low for a little bit. If you're hearing this now and you refresh, you're probably gonna catch up on stream delay, but it still might bug out occasionally. It still is definitely gonna buffer here and there. But I'm going to keep the bitrate nice and low so that way it does it as little as possible, because I don't know what's going on, but my net has been doing this on and off for a while now, and it is an absolute pain. In fact, I am going to call my rep probably right after our show during our break. So,
that'd be a good idea.
They told me to call them if the issue persisted, and I was like, yeah, you guys have had a lot of issues in this area as of late. And they're like, yeah, we noticed that. Something's definitely wrong. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you fucking admit it for once. That's fucking news to me, admitting it. Yeah, we look like 8-bit sprites at this point.
That's the first step.
Yep, there you go.
It's admitting.
Admitting it, yeah. So then we have Male Viera. You know, we knew about that. They don't waste a lot of time here talking about that because, you know, we've already gotten to play around with the character creator and all that good stuff. The new hairstyles for the existing Viera, the stubble for the Midlander heroes. Number one post I've seen that it's...
Can't get an actual goddamn beard, though?
It's not just that. It's can we get an actual beard, and can we get it for more than just Midlander?
Yeah.
Those are the two number one things that I have seen since. I mean, to be fair, I've been seeing that for ages. They've been talking about adding it to Midlanders for a long, long time. And this is what we get. This is all you're gonna get. Yep. Trusts, Estinian being added, level cap being increased, scenario mode being removed, and
quick question about this, since you are the one who was crazy, and well, I wouldn't say that. There are probably more people who actually leveled their trust all the way. How are they treating trust?
They're probably just their own thing for Endwalker, because
I mean, I know that, but like, if you didn't take the time to be crazy and level them in Shadowbringers, are you just gonna be stuck at fucking 80?
No, because I mean, it wouldn't matter because there's still scenario. There's still scenario mode no matter what, which syncs them to the level no matter what. And then for avatar mode, there's like Alphino is a sage now, so obviously his level is as academician or whatever the fuck it was. Doesn't matter. Estinian's brand new. Graha started at 80. They're not going to make you level in the 81. Like, odds are there's going to be a category for Shadowbringers and a category. And I'm actually surprised this doesn't talk more about it. But there's almost certainly going to be that. Yeah. But also, they're really easy to level now, and they'll probably be really easy to level. Like, they're probably not going to make them as long to do as they were at launch for Shadowbringers. But even still, I mean, that doesn't make people really want to do them all that much, as far as I'm concerned. But people don't have anything to be worried about here. That's it. That's the bottom line is your concerns are going to be fine. It won't matter. Okay. You good?
Yep.
Good.
Answer my question. Adjustments to Wondrous Tails. By the way, make sure you. Well, I already got mine, so yeah.
Should have done it last week.
Should
have done it last week, and then you can do another one this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's what most people's plan could have been, or should have been, or anything in that capacity.
Yeah.
But some people just do this week's. Like, some people don't plan on doing a second one. I'm gonna grab one immediately. I don't honestly know if I'll do the other one, but I mean, when it's half a level, it's a free half a level every week. And some people think it won't work after level 8. It's like, why not? They're adding level 80 objectives to it for that very reason, so that you'll still be doing it at level 90. So yep. I don't know. It'll be fun. You can use it. It'll be there. There's even level 81 to 89 dungeons on there. Look at that. See, yeah. The half a level will work fine. I don't know why anyone... As soon as you see level 81 to 90 dungeons, the question about whether or not it works after level 80...
No reason to be worried.
Yeah, should be immediately quelled. I feel like and every other EXP reduction is in the patch notes. Again, so it's just,
Right.
You'll be A-okay. Sightseeing log entry.
Sightseeing log. Yeah, which I'm going to have to comb through a little bit, because this is going to find some shit in these for errors of your questions. So
maybe I should do them. I haven't done them in so long.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, it's always a good idea.
Likes to throw in a sightseeing log question. So,
I mean, it's always a good idea, but it's like, so is studying. If we don't do that either.
I mean, I do it sometimes when I have the fucking time to.
No, you don't. Not anymore, you don't. Neither of us do. It's funnier that way. I didn't have the
time to.
It's funnier that way. Challenge log changes. They're just changing HQ stuff to fish, and then supply and provisioning. Supply and provisioning missions are no longer NQ and HQ. They're just the total number of supply provisioning missions. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then they have Skywatcher NPCs. I don't care.
Oh, you're going down. You're skipping battles. Oh, never mind.
Am I? What am I skipping?
Oh
no, I didn't know. No, that's the thing right before battle systems.
Oh, okay. I skipped it. Never mind.
Yeah, Sly. You skipped it. How dare you?
I mean, why? I mean, Skywatcher is a thing, yes, but there are. What was that? Hold on. I think I have it bookmarked.
Do you mean a weather watching Discord?
Yeah.
Because it's really just the hunt. The hunters and the fishers pay attention to the weather. Those are the two big things where that actually ends up mattering. And I'm sure it will continue to matter, whether it be for the old hunts or for some of the new ones, most likely.
Yep.
Man, battle systems is always sad when it's prelim notes. Because we so badly want job abilities in there. I mean, we talked about it at the top of the show.
Yeah, we spoke about it at the beginning, but yeah, you know.
I do know. You're correct. I do indeed know. It's like, just tell us. It doesn't need to wait another day, please. Just do it. Oh, man.
No, because people get...
I don't care about them.
Fucking... No. People get fucking ragey when they see numbers.
I don't care about
knowing
that.
damn well the numbers aren't final, and yes, it could change in a fucking day. Or, you just want to make sure everything's straight before, putting it as final. Because they would have had to put the disclaimer. Well, even then, I still agree not to put it in the prelims.
No, just put it in.
Fuck people. No.
Do it.
People get whiny.
I don't care about them.
No. What the fuck are these potencies? They took my gerb. No, I want to hear all that.
You pooper. You pooper.
Yeah.
Anyway. We have the unlock locations for Reaper and Sage. We knew they were Ul'dah and Limsa. So, at the very least, that was expected. And we have basically...
So now you know where to log out.
Yeah, basically right outside the Adventurers Guild, right across from the Aetheryte in Ul'dah. And then for Sage, it's over in... it's right actually by where the Dancer unlock was. It's just south of the... Just south of the Aetheryte in the plaza. Which is probably going to be great for people looking to log in patch day. That's going to be fantastic for them, you know. I would like to say one thing, Sly. Where you log off, it matters to some capacity. But there's one piece of advice I see that goes around that I feel like needs to be quelled. Because it's useless. People tell others to log off in the in-room. It is an utterly useless thing to log off in an in-room. Because you know what you have to do when you leave the in-room? So the idea behind it is so you don't have to log in and load all the characters. You know what happens is, you know when you try to go to a place? Because you know what happens when you log in the in-room? You then have to leave the in-room and go to the place. It's the same thing. You're still going to have to load the zone in, and it doesn't help your queue at all. So please, if you want to log in at the in-room, log out in the in-room, go ahead, but it's not doing you any favors. I'll say that much. Okay? You good? You good, Sly? Where are you logging out?
I'm good.
Where are you logging out? Where's the Sly log out?
Where the fuck am I logging out? Because I'm not. I'm just logging out where we ended MSQ.
So just Rising Stones.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a good idea. It's reliable. I think if you log out in the actual instance, it'll kick you back out to Mordona when you log back in.
I mean, I'll just be outside in Mordona anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't really matter at all. But I mean, just I think it does that. When bear in mind. Okay. New job actions have been added, and then it just fucking has the trailer.
No, shut up.
Just has the fucking trailer.
Stop it.
It's just
really. Just the fuck out.
Job action trailer here,
man.
Have fun.
Let me go check out this trailer. I need to see this.
You never seen this? Yeah, that's it. Brand new. That's it. Just like, oh, this is brand new information. Freaking want it. Oh, actions and traits have been adjusted. Cool.
No, come on, man. You're fucking kidding me, dude. I'm like the internet. I don't like change. No.
I'm upset. Just want to put that out there. I'm upset.
I know you are.
Oh, man. Hey, but the sick pet action's been removed. That we know for certain now.
Yep.
Combo, yeah, this is all Mediator stuff. Combo extension to 30 seconds. Limit breaks not canceling action combos. The healer limit break range going up. I remember them mentioning that in the last live letter. I'd forgotten about it, but I do remember that they had mentioned it. They had kind of joked about it. All the downscaling of the values, all that's here. All the, trying to make sure the parity between things is similar. The only thing really of note is that determination is being buffed. I am always a bit hesitant as to how much that really matters. Because crit and direct hit have just been strong for so long that without knowing how much it's buffed by, I can't be asked to really trust it or care that much. Tough sell.
Wait for the theory crafters then?
Yeah, but I like to think about it in advance because it's like
it's okay. I mean, Well, with this, I am thinking about it. But at the same time, like I've always been school of well, since it was in place, school of crit direct hit.
As most people have, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's enough to stop tanks and healers from taking direct hit. Like, is this indirectly their solution to trying to get tanks?
I don't think that'll ever fucking happen.
I mean, here's the thing. Specifically, direct hit. Direct hit is a linear scaling stat, much like determination. So, for a job that starts with 0 direct hit, while yes, you are going from having 0 to having a chance at it, which in a lot of ways is super beneficial, it does mean that you are always starting from a lower percentage. So, with that in mind, it's possible that determination can overtake direct hit just because they're both linear stats. Crit is nothing can stop crit. They need to rework crit if anything's ever going to overtake it, unless a job has like specific mechanics that somehow scale better with another stat. I just don't see that happening, but it might be their way of trying to stop tanks and healers from going direct hit. If the value increases enough.
Then why fucking introduce direct hit at all if you're just going to
well, it's still a DPS stat is the thing. It might be just to stop tanks and healers. I understand that, but that's my question. Is this specifically targeted at tanks and healers?
We haven't heard anything about this in the live letters, have we? This has just come out in these prelims. Okay.
That is correct.
So I felt like if it was targeted at, a role, Yoshi P would have said so. Like, he would have gone into detail about this, like he did for these changes, along with, like, determination. He went over these changes. He just didn't talk about determination. This was today. We're just finding this shit out today.
Yeah,
I kind of want to watch the patch note reading. I know the Reddit doesn't really translate the patch note reading, but I feel like this is something he would go into like detail about in the patch note reading because this is new. So I kind of wish we got those translated.
Yeah,
nobody cares. We just want to play the fucking game.
I'm always surprised that they even let tanks and healers meld direct hit. It's been a surprise to me since this whole thing began that the solution was never just to get rid of it and just be like, it is a DPS stat. Like, tenacity is only on tanks, piety only works on healers, but direct hit works on everything. So it's always been this weird oddity that really shows that they understand how much DPS matters to people, that they let the DPS stat work on all 3 roles when the other 3 role stats. Like, yeah, obviously I wouldn't want tenacity on my DPS, but the fact that it doesn't even work means they had the forethought for that. So, I don't know. It's just weird to me, and I feel like this change makes the most sense when you look at it in relation to how tanks and healers use the stat, and less about how DPS use the stat. But who knows? Because here's the thing, if it ends up better than direct hit, then it just becomes a crit determination meta, because that's how DPS all work, Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll just make determination not feel as bad to have, or it's just invisible damage essentially, because you never really you're like, oh man, that determination really gave me a boost. No, nobody does that. You're like, all right. I guess I have some determination on this. Yeah. Moving on. Once again, we're stable for the moment, but I'm not increasing the bitrate because I don't trust. So we will continue to be 8-bit as far as I'm concerned. I'm recording it locally anyway, so it should be A-okay. Just might have to edit it after the stream. Yeah. Certain effects, I guess, were adjusted. I don't know if that's like they were just intrusive, or there was some sort of epilepsy concern like they had with Yorha. I don't know. Downscaled values, armory bonus buff. I had people questioning if they were going to do this, and I was like, come on. You really think they're going to suddenly not buff the armory bonus to 100%? Come Come on now. Come on. That's nice. It's always nice to see. I was thinking, you know what's one thing from Mediator that kind of isn't evident anywhere in these patch notes?
What's up?
They had made mention of wanting to make the leveling curve for the lower levels a lot better. For alternate jobs. Remember that? Where they were like, you know, we understand that people might want to level more jobs now. Nothing in these patch notes indicate they made any change in that capacity. So unless it's relative to the downscale values...
But how far does that apply?
I mean, that's the question, because the wording was ambiguous that we just kept getting.
I remember that. I'm like, does that just mean like all jobs are just going to be easier to level, and like we're not going to have to like dungeon spam or be in Bosch all day to catch up fucking Reaper and shit? And
well, the implication that I took, and the implication that I've seen a lot of other people take, is that side quests were going to be of greater value. That seemed to be the takeaway most people had, because from the Mediator discussion, they had gone. I remember they went into this huge spiel about how, you know, originally they designed everything to support getting your main class to max level, and then you know, there was a bunch of supplementary EXP, but you'd still have to do like a mix of activities in order to gain level. And nowadays, people do want to level tons of jobs, so they kind of said they had to reapproach the way they calculated that stuff. And there's just no indication that they've done that here. So unless it's like something we'll only see after we see how things are down. Like maybe in the downscaling, they made side quests scale better at the lower levels. That's about the only thing I could think of. But it's not apparent here. I was thinking maybe they would just up the armory bonus at the lower levels again. And again, I've seen no indication of that. I'm slowly raising my bitrate, by the way. And also, I'm over 1,000 attempts on Palkia.
Hey.
Listen, I'm just keeping everyone in the loop while I slowly raise the bitrate back up. I'm going to keep the local recording going all the same, though. Oh, I'm up to 3,000. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, can I go up to 4? Ooh. Bitrate.
Ooh.
I can't wait till it just starts fucking crashing again. Because I'm going to tell everyone to refresh to catch up again, and then it's going to fucking start crashing again. I already know it. So yeah, we should be... It looks like the internet might be more stable now for anyone watching live. If you refresh, it should catch you back up. But, I also said Palkia again instead of Dialga. That's what happens when you do almost 3,000 attempts on Palkia, and then you start Dialga. I'm sorry. It's just, I can't get the names right anymore. That's just what happens. So I've raised the bitrate again, and if people refresh, it should catch up, as far as I'm concerned. New world and preferred statuses, you know, working all the way up to 79 now. Makes sense. We got to see some of these new enemies. Bro, why did Gumby have sex with a Cactuar? What the heck is this thing?
Slender Man.
Dude, apparently the Crystal Hunt Discord is calling them Sabo Slenders.
Sabo Slenders. I actually love that. Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I will adopt the Sabo Slender as the name for these things. It also has a weird candle head. I don't know what the heck that has to do with anything, but I'm totally in with Sabo Slender without a shadow of a doubt. That's a Meeseeks. No Meeseeks. No. I don't want it.
Can do.
Yeah, and then we have the top half of the thing on the left looks like a good boy, and then the bottom half does not look like a good boy. It's like, oh, it's so cute. What the f... All right. And then just, you know, antlers.
Deer.
Yeah, deer. It's not a deer. I don't think it's a deer.
Buck. Excuse me, a buck.
There, yeah. We'll go with buck. We'll go with that. Stag. It's a very nice looking one. Like, we have those types of things in the game already. It's just a very nice looking one. All right. Got some screenshots of the dungeons we've already seen a million times over. Reminder that EXP has been moved from being from monsters to being from bosses, which is something we already knew. Changing the item level of the gear from those low-level dungeons to better reflect their required item levels. EXP from level 80 stuff. Our favorite new trials, the hidden trials, of course.
Yep.
Everybody's
It's
favorite.
not the
thing.
XXXXX triangle trial anymore. It's just hidden.
Hidden. We know there's at least 2 because we see the question marks later in the the duty recorder.
Hidden normal and hidden.
Yeah, hidden normal, hidden extreme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's it. Times 2, and then they'll probably have the level 90 trial.
This one was kind of weird. This next one was kind of weird. They added a visual indication for Rathlos's when shattering Rathlos's tail.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I thought it was pretty apparent before.
Yeah, like why?
I don't know. I mean, sure, I guess. Go ahead. Like, I don't care. But it just wasn't something I thought of. I don't know where they got that feedback or why they thought to do it. Unreal.
Unreal trials temporarily disabled
until 6.1. All right, Sly. What's our next Unreal trial?
Mm-hmm.
There's one correct answer.
Ravana.
There you go. That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Has to be Ravana.
It better be Ravana. I really, really want it to be Ravana. It absolutely should be Ravana. Sly, I have not missed a single week of Unreal since it came out back in Shiva.
Good for you.
I have made tens of millions of gil.
Awesome.
Why aren't you doing it? Why haven't you been doing it, Sly? Where's your tens of millions of gil?
First off, remember when Shiva and Unreal first came out?
I do.
Like, we kind of realized, there's a percentage who don't remember how to do normal fucking Shiva, and then there's a percentage that, like, can't get right.
One of my favorite things in Shiva is when you get Shiva hard mode in the trial roulette, and the tank only knows extreme, so he turns the tank buster towards everybody.
Yeah, they go ass backwards.
Yeah.
No. Like the thing is, here's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be the same goddamn thing for Ravana. Because the thing you gotta realize about Ravana hard mode is actually fucking longer than Ravana.
Yeah, it really is. It's 100%. It's because you're level synced though. But yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah, true. But like, god damn, like having to getting Ravana hard in like your roulettes versus like doing Ravana Savage or Unreal. Like
Ravana Savage, what is this, Delubrum?
Yeah.
That's where Ravana Savage is. He's over in Delubrum. No, so Ravana Extreme is one of those weird fights where there's a lot of little things that people either don't know or they mix up between the difficulties. Like, a lot of people don't know you can dodge hits 2 and 3 from Tepsaya. That's a big one. Yeah. Or Tapasya, whatever it actually is. That's probably the thing I see most is tanks just eat shit to the second and third hits, and they're just like, it does so much damage. I don't understand. Honestly, the only thing that worries me in Ravana for Unreal is limit cut. Never forget, Ravana had limit cut before Cruise Chaser had limit cut. It was just easy mode.
Cool. Before it was fucking cool. Yeah.
It was just easy mode limit cut because it was only 4 dashes and then the other people just had to avoid them. But
stay out the fucking way, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it was such a disaster because the thing about his is his goes from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 in extreme. So they had to make that like diamond pattern along the outside. And I don't know, people just always got clipped by it because it's so wide. At least limit cut's pretty narrow. But I remember this one just clipping people and killing them all the time. And that's the only mechanic I think I'm genuinely concerned about for Ravana Unreal. And I think we'll see it. Unlike in normal when we do Ravana Extreme on content, I think we will actually see that is the scary part. Because it's pretty far from Enraged. It's actually not that far into the encounter at all. It's just it's towards the end, but it's towards like the last like several minutes. So, and of course people want Zervan for Soar. You know. They want us to not have to skip it. I understand. But I want Ravana. Blood trickling down my fallers. That's all we want to hear. Gotta get that throat singing in. You gonna throat sing along with it, Sly?
Nope.
You ever tried?
Hell no.
You should try.
Well, no. Well, oh yeah, the concert.
There you go.
Yeah, the concert at FanFest. Yeah.
So the next one is that they're adding weapon coffers to old extremes. We knew they were doing this because I asked about this from my interview. And I can't help but notice this is for all the old instances, and that was not my concern when I asked the question. My concern was when I need to farm 99 of the same trial to get the mount, and I don't want to have to spend 10 of them on the weapon, and then the RNG of getting the weapon in this particular case. That's what I needed remedied. What I'm hoping is they're mentioning it for all the old ones because they don't want to name the new ones. And that they'll also do this for the new ones.
That's fairly optimistic of you.
Thanks. Can't wait to go 50 attempts without getting a weapon again. Because it won't drop. I'm mad. I'm upset.
Don't be mad.
I'm too late. I am. You can't change this. What's done is done. Anyway. Then they're making treasure coffers for the old raids. We knew they were doing that as well.
Yeah.
That's just for it's for Coil Savage. Yeah, it's for all the actual like raid tiers, not the normal mode raid tiers. And then accessories are still as normal. Echo being added to some of the stuff from the end of Shadowbringers, that's normal.
Yeah.
New Stone Sky Sea, whatever. Cracked Stella Clusters from Tower of Paradigms, whatever, normal. New Elite Marks. Elite
Marks. So if you thought Gumby or Sabo Slender was something, what the fuck is this?
That's Rainbow Sabo Slender. That's a Rainbow Sabo
is this
Slender.
Shiny Sabo Slender?
Yeah, that's shiny. Oh shit, I gotta hunt my shinies. Dude, I can find. There we go. Dude, I'm telling you, Beastmaster, just make it like Pokemon, right? Literally just make it like Pokemon and then make it so I can hunt shinies in Final Fantasy 14. Disco Slender. There you go.
Disco Slender.
There you go. Disco Slender. There you go. I just got a shiny hunt a little bit. 1,016 attempts, by the way. Yeah, and then this is just all the usual hunt stuff. Don't be upset with me, Sly. Man, so there's one thing on here. Reaper and Sage arms now available from Deep Dungeon vendors. Did I not tell people? Of course there's going to be Reaper and Sage weapons from Deep Dungeon. They all doubted me. So many people just thought, no, they're too high of a level. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, come on now.
Have you forgotten what the true end game is?
It's glam. Yeah, to be fair, though, with Gunbreaker and Dancer, they got Deep Dungeon weapons, but their glam options weren't super great.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And funnily enough, because we'll probably start skipping around and stuff towards the end of this, because we do have a schedule to keep because we do have the show that we're doing later, and we want to take a little bit of a break between the shows.
Of course.
At the very, very bottom of the patch notes, it reminds people that Reaper and Sage have rankings on the Deep Dungeon leaderboards, but it's the very last thing at the very bottom. And I'm like, you couldn't have mentioned that somewhere else? I guess because it's on the website, they decided not to mention it until they were at the bottom of miscellaneous. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's like, did people just think they weren't going to be able to do deep dungeons?
So when are we getting your solo Reaper and solo...
Please tune in to Angelus Demonus' stream for his world first attempt at Reaper.
I need to hit up Angelus. I'm like, yeah, when is Angelus going to do this shit?
Don't forget that Angelus and many others will be going for world first Reaper and Sage through Palace of the Dead and Heaven on High. And please cheer them on so, they can win. I bet you Angelus beats it in one try if the servers don't disconnect him. Calling the one shot.
Was he doing it when servers come up?
Yep.
When he maxes?
Literally unlocking it and going for world first.
Damn.
Dude, people are all about them world first races. They forget that there's a world first race that's been right in front of them the whole time. And it's a significant one too, because that shit's fucking scary. If you do not win your first attempt, odds are you do not get world firsts. Coffee. I love you. Thank you. What else do we got? Sorting adventurers list, fixing error messages. Oh, so big one with the Lubrum. They're making it so that every 10 minutes it'll just queue in whoever's in the queue and give them echo to make sure they can actually complete it. That means I got to go in and solo it. It's probably gonna be a really easy solo too. It's gonna be a long solo, but it's probably gonna be a really fucking easy solo. But I gotta do it. I might do that like
for the beams.
Maybe after I level Paladin. I'm leveling Paladin second. So I might do this as soon as I level, like literally hit 90 and then go do it.
What's your first?
Reaper.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm probably never gonna have to do Delubrum again. I have all my relics, but I was expecting them to do this. I was kind of hoping maybe they'd give it EXP, like if you're over level 80, or if you're maybe like let you queue in as like a level 71 instead of making it a level 80 content or something. But at least this will make sure that it doesn't hard stop people most of the time. So I just need to get 23 other people to help me queue in, so I can guarantee that they all leave. And then I'll be good. Because if I try to queue in solo, I'm going to get other people.
Yeah.
Naturally now. So, unless they let me unsync it. Hey, just let me unsync it. Please, Yoshi P. I just want to solo Delubrum Regine. Let's see. Aphorism. That's the uncapped tombstone. Yeah, do we really need to talk about tombstones? They talk about this all the time.
No, not really.
We really don't. They're renaming Undersized Party to Unrestricted Party, though. Semantics. Well, yeah, and then they also have the Epic Echo. I wonder what instances Epic Echo is going to apply to. I'd imagine level 80 instances. Like, the ones below that are not going to be... I don't know. I can't imagine that they need something like this.
Right.
Why is it epic? What's so epic about it?
No clue.
It's like, oh, this Echo is so... epic.
Epic, man.
And then Raid Finder and Duty Finder updates. Raid Finder is just clearing out all the old junk other than ultimates. No big deal.
Yeah.
But, dude, Sly. They seriously need to come up with a better name for this fucking 50, 60, 70, 80 Duty Roulette. What? They gotta come up with a better name than Duty Roulette. Like, every expansion, we make fun of it. They're like, look at that. What are they gonna do? Just add the number to it? It's literally 50, 60, 70, 80. They just keep adding it.
I'm trying to think of a good name.
I don't know. Like XO? I don't know. It's just that just people are gonna get so confused. Like, this is the most straightforward, easy way for people to understand what level the dungeons are. But it's just so hideous to look at. You want a queue for the 50, 60, 70, 80 roulette?
Duty Roulette old dungeons.
See? Outdated dungeon roulette. Oh, no, dude. Follow what the belt section says. Call them obsolete. Obsolete.
But see, that would be going way too meta, because I feel like you're talking about, like, you're going like in on an aspect of the game. That wouldn't even be a lore kind of thing. That would just be, well, these dungeons are obsolete.
See, everyone in chat's like, capstone? Bro, you know how many people don't know what the word capstone means? They're going to be so confused. That is not a word that, like, the average person understands. I know it's silly, but genuinely, that's going to confuse a lot of people. They're like, I don't know what the fuck the capstone roulette is. People don't even know how to pronounce tombstone. Yeah, I got to farm my tombstones. Got to get all these dead people graves. Excuse me, do you mean tombstone? Yeah, what? And then what? Does this drop capstones? That's why it's called the capstone roulette, because it drops capstones. Right. Oh, my God. Kill me. Just kill me now, Sly. Just do it. I don't even have the shiny Dialga yet. It's whatever. All right. Anyway. Oh, PvP actions have been added. And then they move on. Once again, the PvP section looking depressing because we won't see anything till 6.1. Sly, you're muted.
And then, of course, the feast with a preseason, but no real fucking season. Like, this. Why would you even call it that? Again, this is such a horrible naming convention.
I'm telling you,
We're
Sly.
gonna have a preseason.
I'm telling you, Sly. It's because they don't have it's hard programmed to be either a preseason or a season, and that's the only way they can incorporate it is by flipping the nozzle or flipping the switch to preseason. I'm telling you, that's got to be it.
And
then
they still get stuff for placement in the preseason, which yay.
Yay. Okay.
New items, of course.
Items, recipes, yeah. This is all stuff that they just
All
won't
the
talk
things.
about here.
Yeah.
Sly, I have a complaint.
Here we go.
They're changing the wording on EXP boosting items.
Mm-hmm.
They now just say increases EXP earned by X% when X level and below. Or Y level and below. It is now an untruthful item. Because it implies that all of your EXP gained, just by virtue of not being more specific, it implies that all of your EXP gain will be increased when it clearly says right above it, no changes have been made to the effect. These only work on monster kills. And now people are going to feel like they were had. They're going to feel like they were fooled, befuddled,
Bamboozled.
taken, shafted.
Hoodwinked.
More synonyms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, apparently in other languages, it's more specific, but in English, that's what it says now.
They'll adjust it.
Maybe. They could just not
I
do
think
this. Yeah, they could just say combat. I don't know. Just add something that implies it's not from all sources. That's it.
Yeah.
Grenolt's going to have gear for Reaper and Sage. Makes sense given that you can technically do Shadowbringer's MSQ on those jobs if you have Endwalker already. So they kind of need to be able to participate in that. Curious to see what those sets end up looking like. Because I don't think we've seen them. So curious. Waiting for it. Let's see. Sorry, I had to count my attempt for that Dialga, so I got distracted for a little bit. Listen, I got to keep count at the very least. If I'm not going to get the shiny, I got to make sure I know how long I didn't get the shiny for. Then what do we have? They changed the wording of a few items. The augmented Crypt Lurker stuff and all the other ones as well. All buyable for Poetics. All doesn't require upgrade materials anymore. Just buy. If you don't have the level 80 best Tombstone gear, you can buy it for Poetics after the fact. If you have the unupgraded pieces, then it only costs 100 tomes to upgrade them. Nice. Yay. So that was a change we were expecting, but nice to see it. Yeah, just a lot of people were wondering if they would do it. There's actually a few things here they're doing that are pretty nice. They're making it so that they're getting rid of the names of the old weathered items. They're making sure that you can just dye them out right now. And they're making it so that for our Endwalker artifact gear, that after you complete certain quests, it just becomes dyeable. That was a big complaint that the dyeable artifact set came from the extreme encounter in 0.25, this expansion. So this all seems to be stuff that's geared at the feedback that they got from that with Memoria Misera. And it does basically mean Memoria Misera has only one use now, and it's for the Triple Triad card. And I guess if you, for some reason, need the gear, whatever reason. Triple Triad card, that is what Varus does now. So, best of luck on that, I suppose.
Thanks, Varus.
Yeah, thanks for the good times, Varus. I'll see you never. Because I have everything from you. So, see you later. They get a bunch of items. Oh yeah, they ungender locked a bunch of items as well. So that's always good. You know, just making sure there's less parity between, or more, everything's closer together. All the gear, all the glam, all that good shit. More downscaling stuff, weapons being downscaled. So somebody pointed something out to me pretty interesting. Somewhere else in the patch notes, it mentions the anima weapon needs less umbrites now. It needs less sands. Which seemed random that they would just nerf the anima weapon, right? It's weird, right? Somebody pointed out it's because they stat squish them. So they can't, instead of adjusting how much value you got from each sand, they just reduced the number of sands. That was it. That's what they did. They're just like, just cut 20 sands out, call it a day. That's it. That's all they were doing. So, interesting way to go about doing it, but I'll take it. They removed piety from a bunch of like random glam gear. I guess because it's like multi-job, so they just like took it out because it's a healer only stat. I guess. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. All the other stats are like exclusive to certain weapon types and shit. So that's it. All right, I suppose. Raising defense for low-level tank gear. That's gotta be because tanks suck at upgrading their gear at low levels. They're like, listen, we gotta help these new tanks. Is it
specifically that tanks suck, or is it just that people don't do it?
Dude, people are so irresponsible about upgrading gear. But not only that, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Something that is already happening, or has happened for a long time. For some reason, gladiators and marauders can wear lancer gear, certain pieces of lancer gear. And they do that. Yeah, they do that, and then they go into dungeons and they get fucking stomped super hard.
So again, it's people. It's not the system. It's just people. I mean, I'll be it like, yeah, like I feel like maybe it's a little late for this, but remove the lancer and like the lancer tank gear and just make it one or the other. But
they could, but this seems to be specifically geared at the recommended gear option, not equipping the right things, because they immediately follow it up with that.
That's the only way you could counter it, I guess, would just be to separate it and have it be one thing or the other instead of it just being both for lancers and tanks. Because I remember that gear.
Yeah, I mean, it really seems geared at that, but what it theoretically is also going to do is make it so that tanks at lower levels have an easier time. Unless, of course, the recalculations are making it so that these are more the expected defense values for the low level. But it's weird because then you wouldn't have to say it's been increased. And especially because it's below level 50. They're not doing a squish below level 50. 1 to 49 is still the same. It's 50 to 80. That's all been squished. Yeah. So it just reads to me as tanks will be tankier, especially brand new tanks playing the game. Will be tankier. So should be fine. Players can no longer cast slots on coffers containing multiple gear pieces if they already have a piece, whatever. Error messages when you already have a piece. Oh, God, your fucking section right here. All right, hold on. How much do I have to skip? Scroll, scroll, scroll. Belts, 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 belts. Speed belt, blitz ring. That's a cool name for it. Belts. Are you happy with my coverage on belts, Sly?
Yes, I am.
Are you sure you didn't want me to grab 3 more slides and talk about it on the next show as well?
You could.
I'm not going to.
God damn it.
No, I'm not doing it. Sundry Splendors. Yo, so big thing they kind of glance over. A pretty nice UI update to the tombstone vendors and the script vendors right here, where it gives you a description of what it is, like gives you kind of a lore piece and this nice looking UI with, you know, different categories and displays of the currency you need to use. It's nice. I feel like this hasn't been talked about at all. Maybe I just don't remember.
Pretty swank.
I just don't remember them even bringing up that they were doing this. That's it.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, it's for scripts. It's for this. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. Then they have, this is the thing I mentioned earlier with the augmented gear being purchasable outright or being able to upgrade pieces for 100. There's the sand changes, new items on the Calamity Salvager. The Lucis tools have like new requirements for some reason for the Calamity Salvager. Not sure what that's all about. Collectible dealer, Mordona's gone, hand to land. And and then this is all the like crafting and gathering stuff, downscaling EXP and removing old scripts. And here are the new scripts that we have, what's no longer obtainable, where you can obtain the new stuff.
The item exchange got a new UI too.
Yep. Yeah, they gave this for both of them. Again, it's really nice. But it's weird because they didn't talk about that UI change in the earlier section, but they talk about it here.
No. Yeah.
So I guess they figured it was redundant to mention it twice, but it's also redundant to talk about belts for 6 months in a row, and they did that. So I don't fucking know what to believe. So don't give me a thumbs up. Don't you do that. The new interface though does look real nice.
It does.
Yeah, some changes. Again, more scripts. It's all the crafting and gathering stuff. Floating text for CP and GP expenditures, new actions and traits. They changed the wording around. Apparently, Paladin swords and shields are now one craft instead of being separate crafts. So, that's nice for just having to do one to get both the sword and the shield.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, that's something, again, they always talk about how if they could, they would remove shields.
Just put them together as one item.
Yeah, but they said that because people like mixing and matching their sword and their shield, they keep it. Yeah. That's the only reason we still have sword and shield is because of glam. That's it. It's a good reason.
I mean, is it though, since y'all want like one item, but is it really that good of a reason?
I feel like until we get a glam slot, like a system where you can put glam slots, like if they ever rework our glam system to be not what it is, then I think they would probably have the technology to make a shield just its own glam slot and then make the sword and the shield
in general.
Yeah.
I feel like the glam system in general needs a complete overhaul because there's not enough customization options when it comes to our glam, and that's another question I'm going to ask, but didn't get the opportunity because we had no time. But yeah, like I would love the option to customize, different kind of like what Warframe
Just say WoW does. Just say it. Everyone else is saying it and thinking it.
I'm saying Warframe.
Oh, well, Warframe also does something similar. It's just let us pick an appearance. That's it.
Yeah.
Just all these items and dressers. Just log the appearance and then you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's all anybody wants. But it's so far away from happening that it's probably not going to happen.
I mean, we got eggy glamours. So.
No. We got pet glamours, which I thought was a very interesting change that they changed it from eggy glam. Eggy glam is still a command, but now they can just call it pet glamours.
Pet glam. So dreams come true.
I'm just saying that's an eyebrow raiser right there, because there was no reason to change it to the word pet instead of eggy, unless you need it to encompass more than a single thing. Oh, Beastmaster. Limited job. It's coming. And it's going to be Pokemon, and I'm going to catch shinies in 14. Yeah, I'm ready for those 1 in 4,000 odds in 14. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get my beast radar and walk through the tall grass to find a shiny Velociraptor. Dude, I can't wait for the shiny Morbol pet. Ready for it. Okay. That's it. Watch me get this Sabo Slender. Oh, man. All right. Anyway. Add items to your market board favorite list has been added as a sub-command menu. Sweet. You can have up to 100 of those. I mark a few favorites here or there. I usually have food in pots. I don't make it myself. I'm not doing that shit. I got money. I'm not trying to craft. I have money so I don't have to craft. That's the whole point. Let's see. Sky Steel 2 materials no longer required to be high quality. Yeah, and then there's a bunch of high quality changes here. And, doing old stuff past level 80 isn't worth as much. And it's all just adjustments to like things that are based on the script changes or HQ changes or downscale values for like progress and quality. It's all consolidating the HQ changes because that does encompass a huge portion of the game that the gathering materials in particular can no longer at base be high quality. So that's what all of this is for. Just one after the other, after the other, after the other, and blah, 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 blah. Explaining Gatherer's Boon and what it does, and then there's fishing, and the gathering log has some changes. I don't know. We've just beaten all of these to death.
I mean, they did get rehashed out the asshole last live letter. So
yeah, it's just like far more in detail. The one exciting thing is spearfishing. We already knew about the minigame.
Yeah, it's cool. Just give us another fucking jig, please.
But that's where I was going, because they confirmed there's new spearfishing locations in 6.x in here, which may just mean a new jig, or it may just mean a new anything. It's an update to spearfishing that hasn't happened in ages. And we suspected that they were probably updating the system because they were going to be continuing to do spearfishing. And that 100% is the case. It mentions new locations and it has 6.x listed. So it looks like spearfishing will be making its return as something that you actually do and not just a relic of Stormblood at this point. So get excited, everyone. Stab some fish in your minigame. Stabby, stab, stab. Just updates to the fishing logs, updates to ocean fishing, gives you purple scripts at level 90 now. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Please don't add new achievements. Please, 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 please. No galactic troller, no intergalactic troller, no moon troller, no space troller, just none of it, all right? Slide's just letting me get it out of my system.
Anything else?
I don't want to have to fish again.
No?
Don't make me do it. I'll get to level 90, but
I mean, you're going to have to level it.
Please don't make me do it other than that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
You're just going to have to level it. That's it.
Please. It took so long.
Look, you put that on yourself. You were...
Yeah, but now it's done, and I just want it to stay done!
And there are other people that went on the journey with you. So you created a something. I wouldn't call it a fandom, but those in chat, hi. How many of you have the World Class Troller title? Just show of hands. Show of hands.
You're stressing me out, Sly. I gotta eat this trail mix now.
It's okay. You got trail mix. Okay. All right. That's one. I see one. I see two. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Three. Okay. Oh shit. You got a little bit of four. Oh shit. All right, let's go five. Oh shit. Look at you. Look at the support that you drew. People did it. Probably because of you. Now, how dumb that idea was, but they did it because of you. They probably will do it again.
Don't add another achievement, Yoshi P.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
No 5 million point achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Just new items have been added to gathering points. Desynthesis level increased. Cool. New mount. Another new mount. It may not be the Paisa, but it is a level checker.
Yeah. You are in the level checker.
Yeah, it's a little weird to be in it, but
yeah.
That's probably the Super Fate mount. You know how we had like the Frog and Ixion and stuff? Yeah. That's probably the Super Fate mount, because we know we have that giant Omega bot from the launch trailer. I'm sorry, not the launch trailer, the benchmark trailer. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the mount from the Super Fates this time around. Oh, we have a less hideous version. This minion is a less hideous version of that thing from earlier.
I don't think it was hideous.
It was hideous earlier.
Hideous. No.
Remember, top half.
You got that in a curb. And you had this extravagant chocobo hoarding. Like, it's just stylish. I actually want that chocobo barding.
All I know is when I look at that crab, I get really hungry.
You want crab now? You want some curb?
Can I eat that crab?
That's your minion happy.
Yeah.
It's
And
not food.
technically, when you buy a crab, if you buy a live crab from the grocery store, it's your minion until you eat it.
Wow. See how he feels about his minions? Jeez.
I'll just buy another one.
Fashion accessories. New fashion accessories. You can be a pixie. You can be a pixie.
What if I was already a pixie?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what to say to that. See? Yeah, but we're talking about not talking about SMT pixies.
Those are cold pixies.
No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now. Okay. Then it's all market board related stuff. Retainer level caps, Reaper Sage job, old Charlian market board, EXP values being downscaled. All the downscaled EXP values also, don't forget the reset if you're like partway through a level. That applies to Trust, that applies to Retainers, that applies to you. Everything, any EXP that's being downscaled is going to be affected by that. And that trail mix is making my mouth water. I haven't eaten yet today, so. That trail mix is going a long way. My body's like, oh, give me more. Give me more, please. I need it.
Eat some actual food.
I'm going to in the break that we have, which is why I'm speeding through this so I can heat that food up in the 30 minutes we have. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. They talk about retainer ventures here, new items from this, new items from that, required level changing. The gathering one's pretty important. It's going to be affected by perception instead of gathering rating for the gathering delivery missions. So please bear that in mind for your retainer stats if you're someone who uses the gathering ones. The achievement window, we've already seen. I'm so glad. Dude, wouldn't it be funny if they had the ocean fishing achievement? They had a new one, and it was literally right in this menu on the screen. Good thing it doesn't.
What? Why do you want to torture yourself?
I'm just saying, wouldn't it be funny if they did that?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's my Aetheryte ticket. Oh, it's so good. Just looking at it. So always use for cost above gil allowance. Set gil allowance to 0 and just always use it. If it's above 0, then I need it. Please. Please, please, please. I need it so bad. I need it so bad. Oh, man. Ethernet maps. The world map being adjusted. Players. So I'm going to ask you a very honest question.
Mm-hmm.
For the player search thing, have you ever once done anything but type in the person's name and then press search?
Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
Me neither. So when I see them adding an option to it, I'm like,
why?
Okay. All right. If you think it'll be useful, go right ahead, Yoshi P. The targeting thing, they've been over that before. It'll show you who's being targeted by players when they're casting spells. Yeah, that's new. A change, I said I didn't like it before, and I still don't like it now. The 1 player per job setting. If you cannot join a party that meets that setting, it will not show it to you. Now it says, I will say this, it says search results. So, if that means you have to manually choose to search for a specific type of party, and then it won't show it, that I'm okay with. But it better show it to me if I'm idly looking through, because there are times where I'll just swap jobs to join a party finder. So, right. I'm hoping because it says search results that you have to deliberately search in order for that to be the case, not just for browsing. So, fingers crossed. It lets you know people are penalized when they leave a dungeon, if they were penalized, if the conditions are met for that. Aether Compass moving to the collection menu that people don't know about.
Y'all know where that shit is.
30%,
Stop playing.
30% of you do. That's my bet.
70.
30.
70.
No. The internet, no. All right. HP bars allowed to display when incapacitated. Conditional enhancement category can now be added to the HUD layout. Yeah, you can separate those. And I am a very big fan of that because I love my customization when it comes to that stuff. All the ground targeting settings they've been going over the last few live letters, like being able to make sure it can't go out of range, the cursor speed, even making it so that you can double tap the button or you can have it execute without entering ground targeting mode. All these things very nice, especially the last one for controller players. Updates to the new adventurer status, updates to the mentor. Yo, so there's one thing about this mentor system, by the way.
Okay, what's up?
If you're a bad mentor, don't renew your status. That's all I'm asking. That's it.
That's not even in the fucking notes. It's just
no, it is. Thing. It is. It's in the notes. I wrote it. In the notes. It's there. You gotta look for it, but it's there. If you're only in it for the crown, just don't renew. That's it. And if you do renew and you're not supposed to, just don't talk in mentor chat. Just don't do it. And if you see someone doing these things in mentor chat, just suggest that maybe they don't. Don't tell them not to. That's toxic. You'll get banned. But suggest it. Suggest that they get their head out of their ass. Okay? Got it.
That's not toxic.
That's not toxic at all. I'm just making a suggestion. I'm not telling them they have to do anything. I'm not commanding them. I'm just suggesting it. That's fine.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep.
All right. Explorer mode.
New dungeons for Explorer mode.
Yeah, it was always weird to me that they did all the level cap Stormblood dungeons, but not the leveling ones. I was like, why are these not? It's weird to me when some things are or are not in Explorer mode. But then again, after the duty recorder, I'm not surprised by anything anymore. So I wish I was more surprised by what works and what doesn't work. Oh, man. Group pose, you can do it while performing. There's new frames, new stickers. Even when you're playing as another NPC in like RP mode, you can use it. And then you can target them in the new kind of accompany style quests that we're going to be seeing in Endwalker. This is all stuff they mentioned in the most recent live letter. Oh shit. Duty recorder update. You can use it in the tower at Paradigm's Breach and question mark, and question mark.
Oh shit. I'm
so excited. Yeah. Those are two trials that are going to be introduced in patch 6.0. Wow.
Let's go.
That is such a depressing feature. I have so many words. Then this is all like system related stuff here towards the end, like resizing chat logs, error messages, server congestion, prevention stuff. They do the same thing every time. They make it so that if you're AFK for 30 minutes or, then it auto boots you, or that new areas will be split into multiple instances. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. We got an advent calendar, and Mel just gave me the candies from our advent calendar because it's the first day of December. And they are, it's a Seraphina advent calendar, and these look to be chocolatey balls. They are indeed chocolatey balls. Just caramel.
How do those chocolatey balls taste?
I love these chocolatey balls. They're pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, I do chocolatey balls again. Hold on. I got chocolatey balls in my mouth, so hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Chocolate, sea salt, caramel. There you go. Yeah, Seraphina's chocolatey balls. There we go. No pause. Sly, why are you smiling?
No reason.
No reason?
No reason.
No reason at all? Yeah, these are chocolate salty balls. They are.
And they're in your mouth.
When I learned what day one was, I needed to give these to Mike. Needed to give them to him in chat. Chat needed this. I can definitely recommend Seraphina's chocolate salty balls. I approve. Perfect. Don't Keiko
Glad you
face
do.
me. One thing about the server congestion thing, they need to do rolling restarts.
Okay.
People know how to get around the AFK timer side. Enough people know how to get around it that they really should do like 3 a.m. rolling restarts. They do say it's an enhanced version, so maybe it's just too smart. Maybe it's smarter now, because they do say in the server congestion post that it's a more advanced version of it. So it just might not work anymore to try to get around it. But people find a way. People always find a way. So we'll see. We'll see how smart it is, I suppose. Better hope there's no cutscene that's 30 minutes or longer. Wait a minute. There's a cutscene in a game recently where that happened. It might have been Lost Ark. There was a game I played recently where it would auto kick you for being AFK, and the cutscene was so long that you got kicked in the middle of the cutscene. You like got booted out of the game. I don't remember what that was. I just remember getting booted out of a cutscene. I don't remember. It's whatever. It's all the same. And then the PS5 and PS4 controller features work on PC now. The haptic feedback, the adaptive triggers, the sound from the speaker. As long as you're using a wired connection. If you're using Bluetooth, then it probably won't work.
Yeah.
So sorry, all you wireless people.
Haps, did you send in that picture of your ear yet?
No, but actually, Embody gave me a few codes to give away for early access.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I have mine already. I can't sign up and do the process till after early access begins. But they did give me some codes to give away, so people can try out the new audio feature. So I'll be sure to give those away.
I was planning on signing up for it.
I was gonna buy it too. I was like, it's $20.
Yeah.
You know, who cares, right?
Yeah. So why not?
But now I don't have to. So thank you, thank you, Embody. And hopefully hopefully I can hopefully I just notice it, because I don't know what to expect from it. Then there's a few other changes here, dude. I fucking slash patch note. Just looking down at the macro section. Fucking slash patch note. It kind of bugs me that it's patch note singular. Like there's one note.
Yeah.
What if it just gave you a random patch note? Like one random one out of the whole thing. That's it. It won't change anything. But, you know, that's fine. No one's going to read it still. And then slash pet glamour. I think that's just adding it because they are your pets and you are glamoring them. I don't think it's necessarily indicative of any future changes, but interesting. Interesting. They could have just left it as Eggy, but they just said, pet. We'll do that. We'll do that instead. And then slash pet size. Sly, I'm still upset. There's no slash pet size calamity. I want to make them bigger.
You would be that asshole, wouldn't you?
I want to make them big. I want to make Bahamut the same size as he is in Ultimate.
You would be that asshole, wouldn't you?
I mean, only I have to see it, Sly. It's not like it makes a difference for anyone else. I want Calamity size Bahamut. That's what I want. And now technically it would be Calamity size everything. Demi Phoenix, Demi Bahamut, Ruby Ifrit, Topaz Titan, Emerald Garuda. And don't forget, all. And you can change them all individually, it looks like. If you want to make one bigger or smaller, it looks like you can do that based on the way that it's written. So there's like ground targeting off, enemy PC. There's a bunch of other macro commands that have been changed or adjusted that, you know, like one of them works on the wireless controller sound settings for the slash system sound speaker text command. So there's that as well. Bunch of auto translate updates, new trophies, a sound engine update, the Oceanian data center. Is it not? I was expecting it to be Oceanic data center, and they call it the Oceanian. Maybe I'm just ignorant.
No.
Oceanian is a word. I have a hard time saying it. I have to put a lot of focus into it.
Like North American, European.
Oceanian. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it checks out, but I kept, the whole time we've called them Oceanic. Like, just, Ethis has burned the thought of calling it Oceanic into my brain, not Oceanian. So, it hurts my brain to think about it any other way. And then these are all just, UI resolution settings and actions and adjustments for, different themes in the launcher and a dark mode being added to the launcher and stuff like that. Oh, and in case you didn't know, Reaper and Sage have been added to the solo rankings for the Palace of Dead and Heaven on High.
Good luck, Angelus.
Like, I get that those aren't in-game changes. They're changes to the site. But even still, it's weird to see them literally at the bottom. You know what I mean? I just can't help but notice that that's where they are. Okay? All right, with that, Sly, we got through them prelims. We got through them prelims pretty well.
Yeah, we did.
Minus the internet, not working super well. Not working super well. We bounce back. It'll be fine. But, Sly, we got another show in an hour.
Second show.
Yeah, we have another show in an hour.
Yeah.
We're going to be having some guests on. We're going to have Midna, Jahara, and Joy all on to kind of just do a little bit of a walk down memory lane, an unguided trip. Some of them have started playing more recently, but they're still going to have memories from all the expansions, moments that they look back on, enjoy, and things to look forward to for the next, for the expansion, for Endwalker, things they're looking for follow-ups on. And Sly, the number one thing about this show is you now have two people that have happy style jokes that can be made. This brings me great joy. No, it doesn't. I've gotten her to make those jokes before. So,
yeah. So, while we're doing our break, I'm gonna have an emergency hurricane in the mini fridge.
I'm surprised you didn't have a hurricane ready for this show. We were talking about that before the show even started.
No,
not yet. No, this is the emergency. Okay, that's fine. Make me one too, and save it until next FanFest. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, perfect. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we got through our prelim patch notes, and we are now going to go into a short break. We're going to sign off as normal, like it's a normal show, and then we're going to go into a short break for those of you live on Twitch. I'm going to shiny hunt and get something to eat, and then we'll be doing the call and setting everything up for the show in roughly 40 minutes or so. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, with that, let's sign off for show number 1. Slide, thank you for joining me for our patch note discussion. It's always good when we get to do the shows, when we actually have shows to do for a change. Sly, it's a good feeling. What are you working on? Where can they find you at? And what are your plans for Friday morning?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Sly, aka Grey Fox. You can find me on Twitter at Sly the Fox. What am I working on? I'm just getting ready for the moon landing. Tomorrow I'm just gonna run a few errands, get some more water, and get some breakfast stuff, and I'll put out a PSA and how you should probably take care of your fucking selves, because some of y'all are just rabid 14 fans, and y'all are just gonna go until you pass the fuck out, which is take care of your fucking selves. I'll tell you this tomorrow too. But yeah, just leveling, just doing MSQ, doing all the things. Now I understand it is first Saturday, and we normally have a first Saturday. We will not have a first Saturday. We came to that decision. It's probably a safe bet because everybody's going to still be doing shit, But we will have a WSOY event this month. So don't worry. There'll be more info. Give it about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah. So make sure you do your moon landing. We'll talk.
Sounds good.
Happy. Where can I find you? What are you doing?
I'm in the world of Pokemon, and I'm shiny hunting. I'm at 1,062 attempts on this shiny Dialga. That's what I'm doing literally as we speak. But you can find me, Mr. Happy1227. We got a lot of content coming out over the next couple of weeks. Thoughts on individual job changes. Going to be leveling pretty much everything. Dungeon guides, trial guides, podcasts. Again, thank goodness for that. I am not skipping a single cutscene for Endwalker. Normally, for the sake of viewers, I skip cutscenes even though I don't want to. Fuck that. No way that's happening for Endwalker. I'm going to start with Reaper.
How fucking time? God damn, it took you how long?
Yeah, but I'm going to do it again in 7. I'm going to do it again in 7.0. Like, I'm going to start skipping again and then just watching them again like a week later. But not a fucking chance I'm getting to the end of Endwalker, fighting the last boss and going like, so who the fuck is that guy? Not trying to fucking have that happen this time. Especially after Shadowbringers. So I will be leveling Reaper for the first few hours. The goal is to get it to 80 in about 4 or 5 hours. I have Twitch front page time at 3 a.m. So the idea was also that, I wouldn't be streaming spoilers on the Twitch front page. So that's what we're looking at for my launch. And if there are login queue times, I shiny hunt. Simple. Simple. I am also taking care of myself. I've got trail mix, cashews, jerky. I've got several meals cooked up, some pork and rice. I've got some leftover turkey. I'm going to have like a smoked mozzarella pasta salad ready as well.
See, we did the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I froze some turkey too, and I just set it out like last night to kind of thaw out. So yeah. Look at you being smart. Look at you. Proud.
Yeah, just got to make sure. I'm going to get some bottled water too. We actually have bottled water, but it's emergency provisions in case there's like, another fire situation around us and stuff where you can't really
cans.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get like some more water that's specifically for this, so I don't have to. I actually like my water, like ice cold. I like it kind of room temp. So for me, I'll just like keep it right here. No sodas. I've got orange juice, bananas. I'm gonna get some dried apples, some other dried fruits as well. Keep the carbs low. Keep the bad carbs low. The fruits carbs, but that's besides the point. So Sly and I, we got this. We're all prepped up. We're gonna get our sleep. We're gonna make sure we got our nutrition. Get up and stretch every once in a while, and we should be A-OK.
Sure will be.
I do need some more caffeinated beverages though, because coffee. I have tea. Tea will probably be really good for me for that. Yeah, I'll have a little bit of both. I'll have some tea, some coffee. I'll make sure I just get some caffeine in my system at all times, as a matter of fact.
Okay, go get some food.
All right. Anyway, with that, guys, we're going to take a short break before we do the second show for the day. I'll still be around. I'm just going to go heat up some food real quick. And Sly's got some things he's got to take care of, but we'll be back in less than an hour to do a bit of a nostalgia stream. We're talking about stuff with our guests. So thank you, everyone, for joining us for show number 1, and we'll see you in a little bit for show number 2. Thank you, and until then, you go get something to eat too. Bye-bye.